In this how-to video, I'm going to cover some of the basics for monitoring your virtual identity server deployment for the overall health. So what I'm going to first do is go into this VIS health check, and taking a look at this screen, you can see that I don't have any VIS instances that are being currently monitored. So I'm going to come in here and go into the configure viz instance, and I'm going to give it a host name. I have VIS running locally here, so I'm going to put localhost. You would, of course, put fully qualified domain name or an IP address of where VIS is running. Give it the host, or the port 8389 is what I have VIS running on. Then I'll do select service. What this actually does is it does go out and pull the services that are running on the given machine that you identified over here. So very easy to go out and configure all the different instances that you have. I'm going to do a health check of 60 seconds, pretty standard time, not too often. Click Save. We do need to close the screen, come back in for it to be able to show us the health information. I'm going to go ahead and do a refresh just to see this information. Notice you can see the health check, just how long did that take, 0.031 for VIS to process the health check. It then returns some nice, useful information for us. One, you can see the version, so actually see the version number of VIS running across all of the instances of VIS in my enterprise. Nice, quick, easy way to see that. I can see the status. Is it up and running? Stopped? Started? We can see that this has been running for 4 days. So it's day, hour, month, so 4 days, 3 hours, and 4 minutes. How much memory is taking up? The number of threads, the number of open connections on the back end, and again how long it took. I can also stop and start the service right here from one console. Makes it very easy to see not only the health, stop and start the services, but also even see a little bit more detail. Let's go ahead and click refresh again, and let's drill into this. So now I can also see the health of all of the VISAs, the virtual identity server adapters, those connections to the backends. What are the health of those connections? How long are they taking? Now, in another how-to series, we cover in the audit database how to also mine some of this information from the audit logs, showing real-time searches. This is showing right now what this is doing in terms of the response time. So it issued a health down to there. And you can see we're having great response times from those VISAs. So this is the Atom instance within VIS, and this is the AD connection, 0.001. So extremely fast results down to the back-end systems. But say you had hundreds of AD forests, you could easily see the health of each of those AD forests right from the screen here. So nice, quick, easy way to add more. Just come in here and click Configure VIS Instances and add the next VIS server within your environment. And you can come in here and take a look at the health at any time that you want. So next thing I'm going to kind of cover, I'm going to come out of this, and I want to talk about one other thing in terms of what VIS does that you may want to monitor. One, we talked about that audit database, covered in another how-to series, what you may want to take a look for. We have one video covering the installation configuration of that, and then one about reporting and mining that data that's in that audit database. The other thing I'd like to cover here is in this event viewer guide. So there are several things that we put to the Windows Event Viewer. So if we come in here and take a look at the local application, one, you can see the watchdog process completed. That's event 5021. So this is a watchdog process that runs in the background of VIS, and if it's idle, it'll check for memory cleanup, excessive connections that it's not using. So it's a general watchdog process that does a cleanup, and you'll see that that happens especially when the server is idle. The Event Viewer Guide covers the rest of the events that we surface to the Event Viewer. Some of them are pretty helpful for monitoring. One would be this 5008 critical visa. So assume that you've created your AD forest connections as being critical, meaning if one of those is down, you don't want to issue the request. You actually want to return an error to the client because it's a critical visa or critical connection. If that happens, we're of course going to return the error to the application, but we're also going to issue 5008 in the event viewer and give you the name of the adapter that's down. So This is extremely helpful for you as an administrator. You can set up another monitoring tool to monitor for an event like that. If you see it, you know that you've had an outage of a connection to one of your downstream visas, whether that's a SQL database or whether that's an AD forest, but you've definitely had an outage and a connection that VIS was unable to contact that visa, that given directory that it was trying to go to. So this is just kind of covers some of the basics in terms of the things that you can monitor. There are other how-tos showing some more installation configuration options, and we hope that this is helpful for you in maintaining your virtual identity server software.